Welcome back, everyone, to the HeatWave Podcast, part of the Roundtable Sports Network. Before we begin today's pretty insane episode, I kindly ask first that you please scan the QR code right here at the top of your screen to easily find the Miami Heat site on Roundtable Sports, and that way you can follow it. All you have to do is create an account. You can use your Google account, and then you're all set. You just simply click or tap the join button to be a part of the Miami Heat community, and then just simply stay close to coverage on the Miami Heat daily for free as well. Thank you very much. Now let's get into the episode. Pretty insane. Obviously, we all have a life outside of sports. I was going about my day on Friday. Next thing you know, in the afternoon around 5:40, notification pops up on X from Shams. And you might think, oh, is it LeBron signing a deal with a team finally? Is it a new trade? Is it another signing? Next thing you know, it's one of the last things that you would expect. But then again, this off season has been wild. So at this point, maybe let's not expect so much and just let it unravel. And I quote from Shams: Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro got into a physical altercation in which Adebayo struck Herro. I mean, we are talking obviously former Heat teammates, former Heat teammates, and obviously these two have been very connected for so long over the last 7 years. I mean, wow, you would not expect something like this to just pop out of nowhere, especially in Summer League, because this happened in Las Vegas. Obviously, Summer League has already happened. This happened on the same day the Miami Heat Summer League squad faced the Milwaukee Bucks. And Tyler Herro was in attendance of the game. A matter of fact, when this report came out and the game was going on, many of reporters, including some of the Miami Heat beat writers, Ira Winderman, Anthony Chiang, they found Herro. They asked him questions, but of course he said no comment to any questions regarding the report, and so it's right there with that. But this is insane. And what Shams added to the report was, quote, the altercation occurred at a practice court, so not during the game, not during the game. That's very important to know that. Not during the game, at a practice court in a Las Vegas hotel this morning, starting when Adebayo approached Herro about comments the guard made critiquing the center on social media. Now, what Shams is referring to is there is a burner account on Instagram that has been heavily tied to Herro, and you know it's not unusual for athletes to have second accounts, burner accounts, accounts that would help them, fit into the rest of society. No, that's not unusual. Kevin Durant is notorious for having them, but this was it was almost like this account was always known to be Heroes, but of course, we have to say allegedly. And there were leaked DMs from the account in which it is catching Hero saying, well, allegedly Hero saying that basically a lot of critiquing about Bam and him as a player, and the amount of money invested in him. And one of the comments that stood out to me was when the account said, "I'm the one that needs help, not the other guy," referring to Bam. That is pretty insane because Herro outside of the NBA bubble in Orlando in 2020, outside of that run, Hero has been pretty bad in the playoffs. The averages go down, points per game, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, even assists. All these things go down for him in the playoffs. He has not shown up. Matter of fact, he's mostly been injured for most of the time the Heat have made the finals. Notoriously in 2023, as an 8th seed, when the Heat went on a crazy run through the playoffs, Hero only played in one game. Then he gets hurt, he's sidelined, and the Heat practically don't miss him. The Heat have done better without Hero in the playoffs. It's evident. And then you look at this past season where he only appeared in 33 games and the season was on a roll. And then Hero comes back. The adjustments were just very difficult, especially with him alongside Norman Powell. That combo just didn't work so well. And so now we're at this point. Obviously, Hero is now traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. The trade is official. It's finalized. Hero is now a member of the Milwaukee Bucks, back at his hometown, and part of the Giannis deal. But even without the Giannis deal, it seemed pretty evident that Hero would not return next season in Miami. Outside of just all of the trade rumors, all of the past, conversations and everything, it just was evident that the Heat were practically done. The fact that he only played in 33 games this past regular season was probably the nail in the coffin. And of course, you're in the play-in tournament. You don't get out of it this time. There's no magical Cinderella run, but it was never going to happen. And for Hero, I mean, he's a good player. Obviously, he was named an All-Star last year. But me personally, in my professional career, I never thought of Hero as one of those 1A guys, 1B. No, I never thought of him that way. I thought he was most effective as a 6-man. And it was proven to be correct. I mean, look at 2022. The Heat are number 1 in the Eastern Conference. Hero's coming off the bench. Yes, he's playing starter minutes, but in that reserve role, the Heat were still the best team in the East. And then you look at the next 4 years when he's been primarily a starter, the Heat have been in the play-in tournament. To me, it's not a coincidence. So there's that. And I want to add to the report. So this is from The Athletic. The incident took place at a gym inside Resorts World Casino in front of Hero's AAU team. According to multiple sources that told The Athletic, who witnessed the incident and were granted anonymity to discuss a sensitive matter, Adebayo walked onto the courts and Herro said something to him. Adebayo proceeds to walk over to Herro and without hesitation punch him. Herro's AAU coach confronted Adebayo and Herro yelled at his former teammate while being escorted by security personnel. Both players left the scene on their own. Herro appeared to have a small mark under his left eye during the interview, which occurred shortly before the news of the altercation with Adebayo emerged. Now, I'm sure if you look on X or even Instagram, you're gonna see you're gonna see a photo of Herro and his eye looks a bit swollen. The angle might be a bit misinterpreted, just again the angle of his face. But even without a swollen eye, you could see a mark under Herro's eye. So yes, a punch was definitely thrown. Was he KO'd like Jordan Poole? Probably not. But it's insane that there's been so much tension built up because there's no way that this just builds up in the matter of one bad season. No way. This had to have been going on for years now. And it's crazy because often in media, we see, obviously the people trying to interpret what is Jaylen Brown's relationship with Jason Tatum. Is it close? Is it buddy buddies? Is it just work related? Because of course this is a job for these guys. Like, what is the dynamic? Because some would say that, oh, he didn't get along with Jason Tatum, or even vice versa. Now you have to wonder, did Tyler and Bam even like each other? They've had good moments, obviously, and it'd be pretty insane if everything that we've seen, and granted, they're putting a show because, of course, this is still an entertainment business, but to put on one heck of a show where these guys are playing great friends, that is spontaneous acting and PR training. Well done, guys. I mean, wow. These guys were close to being drafted together. They both go to Kentucky. I mean, wow. You have to wonder what Herro said. I mean, allegedly, he's had a lot of opinions on Bam over the last few years. And it's pretty insane that we are at this point because you would not think that, oh, they're gonna go crazy at each other to this extent. No way. And if anything, this altercation might have proven that, one, the account is truly Herro's, because if it wasn't, and let's say Bam knew that it wasn't Herro's, then why even bother confronting him in the first place? And why even go to the extent of approaching him and without hesitation punching him? What's the point if it's not Herro's? This might prove that was Herro's account. He might have to delete it. I haven't seen. Let me hang on. I'm checking right now. I'm gonna check right now whether or not if the account is still on there, if it's still active. Yep, it is still very active. Oh my gosh. This is insane. When the NBA regular season announces the schedule, that Heat versus Bucks games, regardless if it's at the Kaseya Center or the Forum, regardless of where it might be, those are going to be must watch, especially when Tyler Herro has to get a bucket on Bam, which I'm sure we could all agree that it's not going to end so good for Tyler. It is not. This kind of news, you just don't expect it, especially in the off season, because there's been nothing prior to the leaked messages to prove that there was any sort of bad blood between Adebayo and Herro. Again, those guys grew up together in the league. They've been through so many battles together. And so many times, Bam has come to the defense of Herro. But clearly it wasn't enough for Herro to feel any sort of love. Pretty insane. And you wonder, will there ever be video leaked? Probably not. The Miami Heat are pretty good at, probably the best in the league in terms of keeping things, hidden, unless you're TMZ. But nah, I don't see this being the same as the Jordan Poole and Draymond Green incident, where video gets leaked and next thing you know, he's being, sent away to reflect on everything. I don't think the league is going to get involved in this. This is not a league issue. This was more so a man-to-man issue. Now, it happened on you could say company time, maybe because it's summer league, but this has nothing to do with the league. I don't think the Heat are going to suspend, ban, or they're not gonna fine him. I don't see them doing that. I don't see why they would. Hero is no longer a member of the Heat. So what's the matter? What does it matter? There's obviously some deeper roots into this. Just because again, if with those messages that were leaked, there's clearly been some blood boiling for more than just one span of a season. So I don't see why the league would get involved. I don't see why the Heat would fine him. I don't see why the Heat would even suspend him for anything. There's not. I don't think there's gonna be anything. I don't think anything will come out of this. To be honest, I think what's done is done. They, you could say, hashed it out, but I think okay. I think we'll have to wait and see what happens in the regular season when these two match up because nothing else is going to happen probably. And the Heat are not going to comment on this. The Heat release a statement just saying that they're aware of the altercation. So, if anything, that confirmed it happened. Furthermore than Shams, and it's simple. They're gonna handle this in house. And again, I don't see much being done because there's no reason to do much. The regular season still doesn't come until we're in July, so July, August, September, we're still a couple of months away before the regular season, and there's no reason to do anything about this. They hashed it out. That's it. I think this is where it ends until the regular season when they face up. Then we might see some more action. Maybe Jimmy Butler, Grant Williams head to head type of style between those two. Maybe. I mean, maybe you'll have to separate them more. But outside of that, I don't see much being done. And there's no reason to do anything. Even on the Bucks side, what are they gonna do in terms of like in Hero's benefit? What are they gonna do? This is this is more so just a man-to-man issue. If anything, this was just the tipping point of hashing it out, and then we'll see in the regular season, and then from there on. But as of this moment, both of these guys are on they're on leave practically because it's the off season. They'll both have their own vacations, their own summer events. They won't see each other again until probably the regular season after this. So this is probably where the drama ends for now, and then we'll revisit when the regular season happens. But yeah, no. In summary, I don't see any fines happening. No reason to do so. I don't see any suspensions happening. Again, no reason to do so. I don't see the Bucks taking any sort of action. I don't see why they would. And for Tyler and Bam, all right, listen, y'all are no longer teammates, so you don't have to pretend to like each other if that is the case. And you both are moving on to different chapters of your careers. Leave it at that, and then whatever happens on the court happens on the court. Simple as that. But this was quite an eventful day to go through with the Miami Heat. And again, don't expect much to happen after this. But thank you all for watching. This is the HeatWave Podcast, part of the Roundtable Sports Network. My name is Anthony Aguirre. Once again, please scan the QR code to check out the Miami Heat Roundtable site. Be a part of a growing community. Just click or tap the join button, and then from there, y'all are set. Thank you all very much. We appreciate the support, and we will see you again next time.